we're using an mk2. The process is exactly the same for an XR5 or an ST225. There is only one difference in the control arms, two, sorry. So you've got a height sensor bracket on the driver's side, which we'll cover, and on the RS, instead of having a tapered ball joint with a threaded section and a nut, you've got a normal ball joint with a pinch bolt and nut through it. So same process, other than those, we're just going to take the control arms off and then show you two different ways to take them off and replace the bushings. Right, so what we're going to be replacing today is the small bushing in here and the large one here at the back. This process, like I said before, is exactly the same as the ST. The only difference is the ball joint. So on the RS, it's got a pinch bolt and a conventional ball joint, whereas on the ST or the XR5, it's a tapered ball joint with a nut at the top. So very, very similar. With the XR5 or ST, you're literally going to remove that, remove that, remove that. And then on the driver's side, you're going to remove that, that, that. With the RS, it's slightly different because of the Revo knuckle. We're actually going to remove the drive shaft bolt to allow the Revo knuckle to move back a bit. We've got to remove this nut. And really important, if you're in the UK and you've got the HIDs, you've got to unbolt this height sensor, otherwise you will break the arm up there. So we're just going to smash through it and show you how to do the bushings. if you've got a press the bush off, and then we just pop the new ones on. If you don't have a press, you can just take the control arm to a suspension specialist or any workshop that has a press and just pay them $50 or something to press all the bushes off for you. Or if you want to not do that and you want to be real cheap, you can basically burn the bushing out on this side, and with this one you can very carefully cut it there, and then the outer casing will come off, and then cut through again until you get to the metal sleeve. Now that's fine to do, I've done that sometimes. Only thing you've got to be really careful of is that you don't actually cut into the arm. So you've got to cut it, have a bit of a peak, cut it, have a bit of a peak, and once you've cut a slot in it, the casing will open up and then you can just pop it off. We're going to press these on and off because we've got a big press, so we'll just run through that. Okay, so now, as you can see, I've chopped these end pieces off. With some aftermarket bush kits, you need to reuse this steel casing, so you can't do that. You basically got to shim it up because it sits down a bit below, so you can't press on that. You need to be supporting it here and here. So I find the time it takes, chop those two bits off, and then it'll sit quite flat. What you want to do is position it in the middle. I mean, with this press, it doesn't really matter if it's the middle or not because our head moves back and forth. But you want to kind of get it as central as you can. And then you need to make sure that whatever you're using to push through is going to actually clear the bush and not get stuck. So I'm shooting a snap-on 13mm impact socket. It's not ideal, but it does the job. Set it all up. Obviously make sure you're wearing some safety glasses. Now when these do let go, they make quite a bit of a bang, so you do want to hold this arm. It's going to rip through the rubber first. Watch your pressure, it's going to go up and then it will drop down as it starts to split it. Yep, the rubber's coming through. Alright, now this bush was a hydrofill bush. Some of them are, some of them aren't. It's hydro, you get this oil that comes out. Just chuck a rag underneath and it'll just soak it all up. Cool, so now we're just left with this casing, which we'll use a retainer to get that off. Okay, so now we're just left with that inner sleeve, which is a steel sleeve, and we're going to use one of these babies to basically pinch it and hold it in place. So, real simple, just want to line it up. Cool, she's pressing her through. Again, support the arm because it is just going to pop off. There we go, ready for the back bit. So we'll pull this front bit off next. Alright, so for this side, similar sort of deal, but because of the shape of the arm, I'm supporting the arm on one side with some thick box section, and then this piece here has a nice circular cutaway to just support it there. So we're actually just going to push this one straight through, same deal as before. You do have to be very careful that that doesn't slip out, so do watch it. It's starting to slip out, but the bush is pretty much coming out. Oh, so we just go around the insides. Cool. So that's out, that side's out, we're good to go. Okay, so now the arms are completely bush free. It's about putting the new ones on. So these aren't sided, they can go either side. The rear ones are, because this bit needs to face the front of the car and this bit faces the back, so they are different, so make sure you get the right side. With the small bush, I do it pretty much the same as with the torque mounts, where I basically put the bush in and then use the vise just to push the metal tube through. You want to apply some grease on the tube, not on the bush. So you're just going to pop the bush in. Cool, like that. Now, what you can do, see that's already nice and tight and stiff. So we're just going to put some grease on it. And that's what these swirl marks are for, they're for the grease. Because what you don't want to happen is for as this sleeve is going through, that it catches on one of the bushes and sticks it out. Okay. So I'm just going to pull this side back out. Oh, ew. Cool. Yeah. I'll line it up. Now if you've got strong fingers you can just go all the way, but I like to just finish it off in the vise, and that also ensures that the spacer tube sits centrally. So just pop it in the vise. Once it's all the way home, and there you go, see, that's going to replicate your articulation. If you have no grease in it, it's going to go and squeeze and drive you nuts. So that's the front done, nice and easy. With these, it does come pre-greased, but it always pays to put a little bit of extra grease on it. You literally will slide that on here. Do not grease this section. You only want grease between here and here, not on this. Push it all the way down as far as it'll go. If you've got a copper and hide hammer, just use the hide side. And ensure it's good. Make sure the tip's clean. So we're going to put a nice big dollop of grease on it again. Now these ribs help stop the bush from moving in and out. We use a lot of white line anti-lift kits, and it's one thing that does kind of annoy me is they kind of squeak and move about a bit. And then just line that up, and it's going to sit this way because obviously bolt's going through the bottom. Same deal, just copper and hide. Now I normally leave it about there while it's on the bench. Once it's fitted in the car, I'm going to use the lever bar to push this way, and this will actually sit fully inside there. But that's pretty much what you got to do until we put it back on the car.